an account being like in a warning state. So I appealed my account. I did the training. And then I redid the appeal. And I was like, please, Lord, I literally prayed about it. I was like, just let them appeal it. I won't talk about him no more. I promise. I won't talk about him no more. So, seems like me and the Lord are here on a you do something for me and I'll do something for you type of basis. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. The last few days have been a roller coaster of emotions, but I'm okay. I was really upset yesterday. A lot of memories were coming up on my phone and on Facebook, and it just hit me like a train. And instead of continuing to push it down and think, oh no, let me not feel, I can't feel right now, I let myself feel. Because why am I going to continue to beat myself up over something that I can't do anything about? I can't turn the clock back and go back and not per se fix it, but redo everything all over again. I don't have the ability to do that, and if anybody does, let me know, because I'll be your freaking guinea pig. Like, I want to fix it, please. Hey. But this time, I would do it so different. So different. I would boss the fuck up, put my big girl panties on, and just deal with the fucking shit that I had to deal with at that time. Instead of getting scared and backing out. Which is what I did, essentially. I backed out of getting away. I was so close. I was so close. So many times. And you also gotta, a lot of people don't realize that you also have to be ready. Like, you legitimately have to be ready. You can't, nobody can make that decision for you. It's like a user with their rug of choice. You can't force someone to stop doing it. They have to want it. And I'm at the point where I'm so tired of, I was so tired of being beat down, belittled, like manipulated, controlled. I was over it. I'm over it. I'm my own person. I have my own goals. I want to do my own things. I want to have my own career. And if you're going to try to stop me, then you have no place in my life. Point blank, period, and please leave, or I will remove you myself. On average, a woman will leave 7 to 9 times before she'll stay gone. Yes. That's just an average, guys. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And sometimes they never leave. Because they waited too long. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. What's new is here in the next couple of weeks, I'm gonna go ahead and get my another mental health evaluation. I already go to therapy, but I haven't got the evaluation yet. Because I went back and left off with my old therapist, so she didn't need to do an evaluation. She already had all the records. All she had to do was call my last doctor's office. But I'm going to try to find a place that does EDMR therapy. See, my mom wants me to do residential. No. Because that leaves me in a predicament when I get out where the fuck am I gonna go? Hello? Ma'am, where am I gonna go? You want me to go to a residential treatment center for 6 months to a year? For mental health. And then where am I going to go after, ma'am? I'm not going to I don't need to go to residential. I'm not that unstable. My mom has been saying this since before I moved into her house. She has been saying this to me for well over a year and a half. So this has been something that a mental health residential treatment center won't help you find a job. It's kind of, they do. Mine had me go from RTC to group home to secondary mental living. Then I can't do all that. No, I can't live with other people. That would deteriorate the fuck out of me again. And I'd be right back to square one. That's too much moving around for me. And to think about, to have somebody move around that much after just coming out of treatment. Like, but I'm not going back to a state that made me something I'm not. Sorry. Because I'm sorry, even when an organization for DV victims is saying, oh my gosh, the police have it wrong, it's the opposite way around. It's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem. When a literal organization that came to speak to me, so they have people for victims and the people who speak to the perpetrators. They spoke to me as a perpetrator at first. And the man said, now that we see a bigger picture, it's not how it was put. It's the complete opposite. You're a victim. You're not the perpetrator. You're the victim. I said, that's what I've been trying to tell people, and nobody wants to listen. H's account was banned. But we're not talking about him, like I said. It's been banned. Also, Gabby's account was banned. There was somebody else's account that was banned this weekend. Like, TikTok was going wild this weekend on the blip, 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 blip. Oh, I know. We're not talking about him, though. I made a promise to the Lord Jesus, and we're not going, no. New owner's not going to allow the mess. Oh, TT has new ownership. Who's the new ownership? It looks like they're not dealing with any of the bullies either. It's looking like they're a lot of the videos that I've been tagged in that were about me are no longer available. The account's no longer available, so, and just a couple months ago they were available. So you tell me. Like, I'm trying to be a better person. Like, I want to have a more positive outlook on life. I can't expect good things to happen if I continue to have a negative perspective. Like, you block your blessings when you think so negatively. Like, has anybody heard from SEHE.EXTRA? I bet you she should have been spicy. What? Having a more positive perspective on everything versus like a negative. Oh yeah, like I said, that's why I was like, she's probably spicy. There was one account that was kind of like, I can't find her new account. And they're on YouTube. It's called Rainbow Bright Replays. In all of the videos, not all of them, but the majority of them, I'm chill. Like, I sound loud. I'm a very loud speaking person. I'm just a loud person. I don't mean to be loud, but I'm very loud. But like, so I sound super loud. And when you don't have like, when you don't have any decorations or any furniture in your apartment, it echoes. Like, you know how like when you get into like an empty place and you're talking and the realtor's talking and it sounds very echoey. It's very much enhanced. That is the issue. We had no furniture, no picture frames, nothing for our voices to bounce off of. And like, it's just, I don't know. I'm just a loud person. I am a loud person. I'm a very loud person. If you know me in person, you know I'm a loud My mom has yelled at me on several occasions to shut up because I'm just so loud. But like, see, I get excited and like my volume goes up and then I calm down and it goes back down. But like, that's just who I am. You hate me if you want. Yeah, exactly. I be on max volume. I am a very bubbly person. See, that's why I just don't understand why nobody wants to hire me. Like, I come to the interview all happy and bubbly. Hi, how are you? My name's Kylie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Like, where the fuck did it go wrong? That's what I want to know. Where did this person look at me like, I don't want her. Help. Help. Why do you want to work here? I love the environment. I love the feel of the workplace. I have a goal to become more independent for myself. For the past few years, I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I need to get in the habit of working and being more independent. And I gave them, yes, I said I have full open availability. I told them that I had full open availability. I never got a response. I'm just like, fuck this shit. Yes, can I write somebody down for like references or something? Can somebody give me their phone number? And like, I don't know. Help. It's been 2 months. Yeah, I have a record because of Tard. I mean, it's also my doing, but like, at first I didn't know, and the second time I did know, and I put myself in that freaking predicament. Yes, the second time was my fault, but the first time wasn't my fault. I didn't know, and somebody else did. I don't have felony charges, ma'am. I have misdemeanor charges, and they're not... None of them make me a danger to society. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I told them I wanted them returned to my care ASAP. So. We'll see. He will never get in health care with any kind of record. That's not true. I can do Indeed. I can get in the healthcare industry even if I have misdemeanors. Who told you that? Like, who told you that? Who told you that? Unless I have a domestic violence, not domestic battery, because everybody likes to twist things. My first charge was domestic battery. It doesn't say domestic violence. It says domestic battery. I hit him, he hit me, we hit each other. We both said we wanted to drop the charges in court. They both made us do probation. We both had to do classes. We both completed the classes. Mine was supposed to be dropped down to public nuisance. Of course, the state of Florida never keeps the word. So, healthcare worker. Are you sure? No, he was not. Stop asking questions about him. I'm no longer answering questions. You can literally go look up that information on somebody else's page. Everything about him is posted. No, he's a fucking fraud. Everything he says is a fucking lie. Okay? Thank you. Sorry. I did not mean to fucking snap. But literally, he fucking talks out of his fucking ass. Literally. Not even figuratively speaking. I need to get a trash bag. I ain't got no money to get it expunged. I'm already trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna pay for a lawyer so I can get my shit on track, my life on track. It's just like, ah! Did you have an ectopic pregnancy? So sorry. Why would you even bring up my pregnancy loss? I mean, no, it wasn't ectopic, but why would you ask a question and then proceed to say, I'm sorry? The insensitiveness. The insensitiveness. You're weird. Bitches be weird. I didn't have an ectopic. I had a miscarriage, which is completely different. I mean, both normally result in the same thing. I mean, but this happened November, December last year. I was like 3.5, 4 months. No, it was not big. I mean, it was this big. My defense, I know. I did not know. I had no freaking symptoms, no morning sickness, no cravings. Like, I wasn't eating more than I used to. I wasn't peeing more than I used to. Even with my first two, I didn't even know. Yeah, I had an IUD. And that thing fell out too with it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. God, no, I'm not. It's closed for renovation. The baby factory is closed for renovations right now. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Y'all can expect that in like 2 years. Okay, you can expect an announcement. Winter 2027. 2028, my bad. 2028. Look. What happened is I woke up one morning with like really bad cramping. I literally just thought I was fucking constipated. I wasn't constipated. I was in fucking labor. But yeah. Like I was like 3, 4, just barely about to hit like probably 4 months. I don't know. It was literally this freaking big. Okay. It had eyeballs. It had arms. It had legs. And if I'm gonna be honest, it looked like it was a little girl. But I can't really tell. They all start off the same gender. Did you know that I can't remember how it goes. It's either all babies start off as male. Hence the sperm. Male. The mom's egg eventually at some point, no, sperm are male. Are they? Okay, I thought it was girl. Okay. I wanted to say girl, like in my brain I'm like, bitch, it's girl. It's girl. It's girl. But then my mouth said boy, and my brain was like, no. But yeah, okay. So girl. And then at some point, so basically the testes and the little hard thing at the top, one is just elongated, okay? Basically, one is just elongated. Okay? Okay. That's how I look at it. One is just elongated. Yeah, they start off as a freaking zygote. Which is when it's nothing. It's just a zygote. Then it becomes a fetus, which is then again neutral. And then it gets whatever, you know, yesties or ovaries. And then, you know how, like, the little thing, the booty hole, everybody has, not everybody, but, like, most people got a booty hole. I'm not trying to be funny, but pun not intended. But, like, most people got a booty hole. Like, there are, I mean, the booty hole's born first, and then it's everything else. I know somebody who knew somebody that had to get a anus made for them. And no, it wasn't in the place it was supposed to be. It was in the side of his belly, attached to a bag. Because they still haven't figured out asshole transplants yet. And that fucking is wild to me, because they can figure everything else out. They can figure out how to make a weenus into a wussy, and a wussy into a frickin' weenus, but they can't figure out how to make a frickin' hiney hole in the right place. Somebody's just fucking lazy. I'm sorry. It's not a tough... Anybody who had a fucking ostomy bag would probably laugh at that. I'm not even gonna lie. And it wasn't even a joke on that part. It was a joke on the, you can literally, y'all literally figured out how to make a weenus into a freaking wussy, and a wussy into a freaking weenus, but you can't figure out how to put a freaking hiney hole where it's supposed to be, instead of in the side, on the side of someone's freaking abdomen. Like, hello? Just a little bit of truth. Like, some people might be okay with having that. But other people who have had a freaking a-hole for the last 25 years of their freaking life might be a little bit uncomfortable with a fucking bag of shit hanging off the side of their fucking abdomen. But okay. Who the fuck am I to judge? I know my confidence would be a little bit scarred. But I'm just being honest, because that's a freaking huge change, bro. That's not just waking up one day and saying, oh, I'm gonna go get That's not like a voluntary decision that people make. I still have not seen on the news anything about them reconstructing someone's a butthole. I'm waiting on that. It also has to do with the fact that they can do intestine transplants. Like, you can literally have somebody else's intestines, like the things that go all around and that the feces travels through. You could literally have someone else's intestines put into your body. The lower GI tract is the intestines, correct? I'm not saying I'm a doctor. Like, yes, I'm sure there are, like, some parts where, like, they don't have to have a bag. But last I checked, 9 times out of 10, the reason for having a bag is because they no longer have any healthy intestine to connect to the Anus. Yeah, the big colon. Normally the big colon is like diseased and they have to cut pieces out of it, the diseased part. And sometimes they have to cut more than they want to refrain from giving someone a bag. Or sometimes they have cancer, or there's like all kinds of like disease, like GI tract disease. There's like Crohn's, there's diseases where your stomach is paralyzed and doesn't digest. There's thyroid issues that affect your GI. Everything affects everything. Gastroparesis, what's that one? IBS, diverticulitis. There's like so many different things that could cause that said situation. And yes, those are situations where that's not possible. But they still have not came up with a way to make somebody a fucking hiney hole if they're not born with a fucking hiney hole. Hello? I get... I mean, there are people that are literally born and immediately have an ostomy bag. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these little itty bitty freaking human beings. Y'all haven't freaking figured out by now a way to give them a hiney hole? Oh, they do? They do that? Well, if they do that, props to them. That has got to be... Oh, I didn't know they do that. I didn't know they did that already. Okay, so, props to them, because, like, I don't think I... Doo-doo. It's a shitty situation. Pun not intended, right? See, look, okay, first of all, I was like, let me try to change up the conversation off a certain subject. I don't know how the hell we got to assholes, but we got there. I don't know. Medical science, you know what really gets me is the fact that they haven't found a cure for cancer. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you a secret. They have. It's just not for poor people. And the CIA, FBI, NC motherfucking IS, you can come get me. I all know all your tricks, and I will still find a way to tell everybody about them. Just like how you have dragons hidden in the Valley of China. Literal, real, live, actual, not fake dragons. And giants are real. Cryptids, real. It's all real. It's government made. Hello. Oh, I already know about DARPA. Do we know about the weather patent? Do we know about let's US patent 25 something. Look up United States weather patent. It'll bring it up. It's right there on Google. Tells you everything. Yes, I did just say dragons. You can choose to believe me. You can choose to not believe me. I'm not a sheep that follows the herd. I'm the one that talks shit to everybody for following everybody else and going my own way. So, yeah. Not much. What's up? Also, Brooke, since you think that I'm joking about the dragons, I want you to book yourself a vacation for like a week and a half in the Appalachian Mountains. Keep the windows open, the blinds open, go outside, whistle at night. If you saw something, yes you did. If you heard something, yes you did. And you'll see real quick how real these things are. And can I just say, if you do hear these things, go inside, close the blinds, lock the door, make sure all the windows are locked, turn off your lights, and go to bed. And ignore it. If you saw something, no you didn't. If you heard something, no you didn't. And if you whistle in the middle of the night, you better stop. Those are not called mimics. Mimics are something that mimic people you know or their last victim. Hence the help. Just like that. They have no emotion, so it sounds not emotionless. Help. Skinwalkers are those derive from Native American. I have seen one. I immediately started to shiver and like got hella emotional. Like I was about to cry and I felt very unsafe at the time. And I remember watching a video and it always said, do not run, do not pay any mind to it, act like you didn't see it, don't react to it. So I'm sitting here trying not to fucking run because, you know, if you run, it's gonna be like, hey, why are you running? Did you see me? Yeah, I fucking saw you. I'm over here trying to call my mom. Mom, open the garage door. Before we could even hit the garage door, it's like this far off the ground. We slide under it and I banged the the button to make the door go back down. As soon as we hit the corner where it couldn't see us, we fucking took off. But it was standing. We were walking in the housing development that I was living in. So we had a really big yard. So we're walking. So here's my property. The whole bed is my property. So here's my house right here. I have more backyard than I have front yard. And there's a road in the development that goes around in a circle. And you can get to my house from like 2 different ways on the same road. So we're walking down this road going towards the entrance. And on the back road towards my backyard, there is a fucking black figure of a man standing right underneath of the street light. So it wasn't a trash can, because I was like, am I tripping? Is that a trash can? And Gabby, the girl who's in my live a lot, says, no, that's not a trash can. And I'm like, okay. I see a black figure, a man with a top hat, all black, dressed in all black, white. You can see the white on his hands and the white on his neck, and that's it. Black top hat, a small top hat, like a low one, not a big one. Standing, staring at my house. Mind you, it's like 12 o'clock, midnight. Right? And so we go like this. We see this. We're standing here like this. We just start looking at each other and we're talking and we go, we start backing up back towards the house. And once we hit that second corner where we turn to go down my road, we booked it. We booked it. We freaking booked it like no tomorrow. And then there was a time where I was sitting in my living room by myself, 100% by myself. I was home with the kids. It was just me and the kids. No, the dragons didn't get me. I do want to talk about somebody. I think it's funny how Blue Cat Club tried to change their profile picture to make it seem like it wasn't them. But baby girl. No. No, I didn't freeze. Oh my, I've seen so many tea pages on you. They say you're a Gabby 2.0. I'm not. Ask anybody in here. Guys, am I Gabby 2.0? I mean, there's some people who are in here who think I am, but the majority of my 10.2K people do not. Like I said, there's always going to be people who think different, who think otherwise, who think the worst of you without really knowing you. So my advice to you is make your own, create your own, watch somebody, develop your own opinion of somebody, not you can, to kind of simply put it, I was in an abusive relationship. I was beat down. I was broke to my lowest. And I basically let my emotions control me. If you know what fight or flight feels like, and you're in that constant, there's no way to explain it. There's no way to explain it. I don't, like, how do you explain somebody draining the life out of you? Literally, not figuratively, but without doing physical harm. Well, Gabby has her kids, so why do they compare her to Gabby if she doesn't? Because, first of all, Gabby... Does anybody want to explain? Because I'm not going to continue explaining my stories 57 million times. I was in an abusive relationship. I ended up getting arrested because of the other person. Hence, my kids went with the person who is not so good because that was the only other person left to take them or to have them. And why snatch them out of their home just because their mom went to jail? Like... actually, correction, I didn't throw the fucking shoes at my child. I threw them at my dog, and I'm not going to keep saying this. Y'all couldn't physically see who the fuck I was throwing the fucking shoe at. So, therefore, it's a fucking assumption that y'all consistently make. What y'all were looking at was me throwing a shoe, not who I was throwing it at. But anyway, you asked us to explain. Why throw it at anyone? Because. That's why. Because. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Because. Yes, my animals are almost just like my children, but my children come first above my animals if my animal is going to try and get a sandwich out of my child's hand. When she knows better. So, there was no way I could have got to her quick enough, and the shoe did, and it whacked her on her hindy butt. She was facing my child. Her butt was facing me. It smacked her on her hindy butt, and got her attention. It wasn't to hurt her. It was to divert her attention from the sandwich in my child's hand so she didn't grab it, which she was getting ready to go for. Autumn, let me ask you something. If there was a dog mauling an elderly lady in front of you, are you sitting here telling me that you're not going to sit there and beat the living crap out of that dog to try and get it off the lady? Because that's how it starts. Some dogs are food aggressive. My dog can be at times, especially when she's trying to take food from my child, because she feels like that's her food and she wants it. Now, she has not done it since that. She hadn't done it since that day. I had been consistently working on her. My thing was getting something to tap her, touch her, make contact with her. Yeah, she was fed. She had a bowl of food that she literally just ate. So she wasn't hungry. She would literally, if my kids would leave a hamburger unattended, so say I would get them a Happy Meal from McDonald's, and they would come out of their room to ask me for their straw for their cup, in literally less than 30 seconds, my dog would go in there, take just the burger out of the box. And we were trying to stop it. But when we would go and try to take the burger from her, she would try and growl at you. So my thing was to stop her from getting the food to begin with. To automatically cut out any type of aggression from her not wanting to give it up. Does it make sense? So, distraction. Her focus is no longer on sandwich in child's hand. Yes, I was also yelling at my children. They were getting on my nerves as well. But my son had a sandwich in his hand. And yes, most dogs do follow kids around for food. But what I don't want, and what my dog is already aware of, is snatching food. She knows better. I didn't have a kennel. I had been looking for a kennel. Autumn, you don't even know the full situation. If your 4 and 6 year olds run around saying bitch and MF or we would. Let me ask you something. Do you think your 10 and 11 year olds don't cuss on the school bus when they're on the way home? You think they aren't calling their classmates the B word and MFer and this and that and saying every curse word in the book when you're not around? Do you really think your kids are little precious angels who don't say a cuss word? Because newsflash, I was 10, 9, 8, and 11 years old on the bus cussing. My child rides the bus as well. I would rather her cuss in my home than out on the street, in public, or at her teacher, or in school. I'm her safety. She can express whatever the hell she wants to. If she wants to express it through freaking cuss words, then fuck it, I'm a bad mom. Who cares? They're fucking words. Fuck. Shit. Hell. Damn. There are literally people who post videos on TikTok of their children cussing up a storm saying, "We cuss in this household, sorry, not sorry." And all I see is non-judgmental comments, and then I come here. Do you take away your dog's water at night? No. My dog has water 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yes, that is completely fine with me in my household if my children cuss. Yeah. Okay, and? You've never seen videos like that? I have seen quite a few videos like that. If you've seen videos like that, raise your hand. Like, use the hand emoji. I've seen thousands of videos like that. January Joy's seen videos like that. Stockton Slap, Morgan, Tammy, Willow. They've all seen videos. Warrior Mama. They've all seen videos of children cussing. First of all, this is fucking America. That's what people don't seem to understand. So, why am I gonna limit my children's speech in a country where there's freedom of speech? Doesn't mean it's right, no. But cussing is a sign of high intelligence. And especially when your child can use it in a proper sentence. I mean, kind of can't be mad. And they curse. There were times that they would curse at me, yes. But, I mean, yeah, exactly. They leave them in the bathroom with the mirror and phone to say what they want for 1 minute. And there's also families who literally vlog their entire life. And if you watch very, very closely, you'll hear the kids slip up and say a cuss word every now and then. There's something wrapped around my piercing. And yes, both kids were around other schools that don't care. But the kids slip and know it's wrong. Yeah, because they're on camera. Yeah, exactly. It's all about teaching them when and where to use it. Like, there's times there is something. Wrapped around my piercing. Okay, I got it. Exactly. I would rather have my child expose her language and express herself at her home where she feels safe and able to do it versus out yelling at people, calling them the B word, this, that, the other. So, you can be a good parent and be the non-traditional parent. You can be the parent that's cool with what? I'm going to tell you what. The amount of parents that were cool with us drinking at the not correct age in high school was fucking insane. Would I do it for my child? Sorry, guys. I kind of had a seizure there for a minute. I don't know what the fuck that just was. If you know, you know. That kind of scared me, not gonna lie. Like, I was kind of trying to get a point across without looking like a fucking crazy person. I clearly looked hella fucking crazy doing that. I was so trying to make it not obvious. Not obvious. Wow, so you would let your kids and their friends rink at home with you? Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Because, you know what? They're handing over their car keys with you. Do you think I wouldn't have the child call and speak to their parent? Like, I'm not an irresponsible parent. I was on the phone. Like, y'all